Happy Friday!
Happy Friday!
Hey, it's Casey and Kara with Great Captivate, and this is your weekly episode of 5-Minute-ish Fri YAY.
Yeah.
Talking about all kinds of marketing and branding topics. We are still, if you've been following along, we are still on social media.
In the realm of social media.
Yeah, can't get enough of it. So today, in particular, we're going to talk about just some updates, like some different functions and features and things that have changed in a few different platforms.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to talk about this one particularly today, so we're kind of going against our plan of what we were going to talk about originally, because we were at an event this morning and a couple other business owners were talking about, their different struggles, and so I was telling them about a couple of different updates that in these platforms, and they were like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that existed, or I had no idea, I'll have to look that up. So there's just so much changing in the background of some of these platforms, and so I want to take a little bit of time to talk about some of those changes and what it really means for our business owner clients.
Yeah. They make a big difference, trust me.
Yeah, some of them really do. So we're going to kick it off. We're going to go over Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube as some of the different things that have changed recently. But we're going to start off, we'll start with Facebook. Facebook has had some major changes as far as page and groups go. So let's start with the more minor on the list. Right? And the most minor change that's recently been made, if you're an administrator of a group, you may have noticed recently that you may have gotten a notification.
I was about to say, you probably should have gotten a
notification. Or maybe you just you just click off of things, and we have clients that are like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, well, you got a notification.
30 notifications a day, you get birthdays, and group pages and likes.
So much happening in there. But with groups, they've changed the privacy settings. And really, so you used to have in Facebook groups, there were 3 different options, right? Mm-hmm. So those were
secret, closed,
and
then
and
public.
Right. So now it's just public and private that they've switched it to. And private really means closed. Mm-hmm. So people who aren't members of the group can't see who members are and what people are posting. So they've just kind of eliminated one of those and renamed things.
Exactly. But you can still find them when you search pages. The closed ones, you can still find them, but you can't necessarily see who's following them, who's in them, and even the posts within.
Right.
You can see they exist, but you don't get the 411.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it. So the big thing that we want to talk about, and this is what I was talking to a potential client about this morning at a networking event, is Creator Studio.
Oh, love it.
Kara's obsessed with this update.
We
both are.
So beautiful.
It's a game changer.
It makes my life
so
much easier.
So on the back end of your Facebook page, if you've ever gone into the publishing tools and clicked on that button that says Creator Studio, you probably have seen some interesting stuff going on there. It's been around for a little while now, Creator Studio in general.
Months?
No, it's been a year.
It's been a thing, but actively.
But now so these features, there's some new features that have been rolled out globally to everyone. There were some things that recently have been in beta mode, but there's some really cool stuff in Creator Studio. So Creator Studio, if you're not familiar, is just a platform within the back end of your Facebook page where you can manage all your content from all your pages.
Mm-hmm.
She gets so excited
about
it. Right. So you have all of your content in here. You can upload multiple videos at once. You can really look at video insights and
scheduling.
You can, right. So that's what the change is with, right? Mm-hmm. So scheduling. I'm going to try and explain this as clearly as possible, but it used to be that if you wanted to schedule a post from your page, you could go to the front end of your page, and when you go to type in and post whatever you want to post, the drop down where you would go to post or publish it used to have the option of scheduling.
This was only if you were an admin, right? If you created
Right,
the page,
right,
if admin.
Right, or an editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could choose from the drop down and select schedule. That is no longer a thing. However, they're not doing away with scheduling. They've just made it all happen in a couple of places. Creator Studio is one of those. So Creator Studio is this great tool that you can go in and you can upload content, you can write, whatever you want. You can upload multiple videos, but now that and in publishing tools under scheduled posts on the menu are the only two places that you're able to actually schedule posts for Facebook through Creator Studio.
Mm-hmm.
That leads us to, though, Instagram. This is
why I also love Creator Studio.
Right. So it's been in beta mode for a while, for a little while, not for a long time, but now they've opened it up, and if you connect your Instagram account to your Facebook page, now you can schedule posts to Instagram through Creator Studio.
Yay!
And the huge yay of that is not only Instagram feed posts, but Instagram TV posts.
Mm-hmm. IGTV, all of your posts, you can schedule, so you don't have to have third-party scheduling tools for Instagram anymore. The only one that we're waiting on, that we're really hoping it comes out soon, at least the beginning of 2020, is to schedule your stories.
Right,
Instagram.
so you can manage and you can view stories within that content library in Creator Studio.
Once they've been posted on your Instagram.
Once you've already posted them. But you can't post and schedule them through Creator Studio yet.
Yet.
Maybe it's coming soon, maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. It wouldn't surprise us.
Writing my letters.
Make
it happen.
About it. Keep talking about it. Listen up, Zuckerberg. We've got ideas and things that we need. And the really cool thing about scheduling your Instagram posts through Creator Studio too is you can do that for 6 months in advance. You can go as far as 6 months. So
if you come to our content planathon, you're really going to be set.
Right. So if you come to the content planathon on December 4th here at BizConnect, then you're going to be able to take all that content we create that day
and schedule it out for 6 months. If you have 6 months worth.
On a side note, so Facebook likes Facebook, Instagram likes Instagram. They don't want users to leave the platform. So what a lot of marketing specialists and kind of gurus are talking about these days too is that if you use the scheduling tools that are built into those platforms, your reach is going to be a little bit higher.
It's incentivized to help you out.
Right. So they want to keep you there. So really, really excited.
I personally really like the Creator Studio. I find it fairly simple. I find it easy. It's pretty straightforward. Once you figure out where it's at. Once you can find it, then everything within there, you'll have a little drop down of all, if you are like us and we manage multiple pages, then you can click on which one you want to come up, or you can have all of them up at the same time. But for someone like us who manages other people's pages, and even with it, if you just manage your own page, it's so easy, it's so simplistic, and everything is straightforward. It's beautiful. It's magical. We're all about that pre-planning your content, and if you want to do it and you love doing it, definitely give it a try out because I think you're
the user interface is really, really nice. And one of the cool things that we've discovered recently too is that for one of our clients, we're going to be doing these videos and live streaming videos. Well, we don't want to do a simulcast across multiple platforms at once and kind of over inundate the audience. But we want to be able to repurpose things. So there's actually the ability in that Creator Studio as well to download a video that you've put up that was live on Facebook, and then be able to go upload it to IGTV, and vice versa. You can do it the other way around.
Which we are very excited about. We've said before, you can definitely repurpose content. across platforms, and you totally should. Just don't try and make them for different days or different weeks.
Right.
Stretch it across and puzzle it across.
Puzzle it across.
I can't think of a better term for it. I know there's a way better term, guys.
It's okay.
I can't. That's
sorry.
I
shouldn't give you a hard time.
If you're local to Virginia Beach, I know everyone's struggling today because it woke me up 3 times.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, everybody's on the struggle bus today because of those tornado alerts last night.
That was just the storm was loud.
Oh.
And my house was shaking. It's not very sturdy.
Well, I'm glad you didn't blow away. I'm glad you're here.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't blow up that propane tank shuffling along. So.
Yeah, that.
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm
That's
alive.
great.
It's a good day.
So how do we segue into LinkedIn from that? I don't know. But let's just dig into
I woke up and I was able to go to work today.
Oh, hey, and work and LinkedIn. It's the most professional platform there is. So LinkedIn has had quite a few changes in the past few months, and just in the past month particularly, some new things that have popped up on there too. So for page admins, you can now, they've launched events. So if you have in-person events, you can now create them on LinkedIn and help spread the word on that platform about your event. They also have a completion meter. So if you've ever seen, if LinkedIn's ever given you a notification of like, hey, your profile is 70% complete, click here to see what tasks you need to finish. You
kind of see it. Like if you go to your main page, a lot of times it'll be like up towards the front, but it should be just for your eyes.
Yeah, so that completion meter that they have on the personal profile to help encourage people to finish optimizing their profiles.
Just like we tell people.
Right.
Maximize pages, people.
Now they have it available for pages, for company pages.
That's really cool.
So it's really cool, and it gives you the task list of what you need to do to kind of make it 100% complete. One of the really nice added benefits of completing your profile is it unlocks some features.
What kind of features?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
I really don't know. That's why I'm asking.
One of the features, the thing that I like the most, there's several that it unlocks, but the one that I like the most is called content suggestions.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So content suggestions, you can go in and you can say, so for example, for us, we would check the box that says, on the topic of marketing and advertising, you can choose a physical location, like a city, like Norfolk. So marketing and advertising, and maybe we do like Norfolk, DC, towns up and down the coast, like bigger cities. And then it'll pull up all the trending content on LinkedIn, and it tells you what the top trending content for that category is, and it tells you how much engagement those particular posts are getting. And so it just helps you generate ideas of what kind of content is really resonating with the people who are active on LinkedIn.
I like it.
It's
really
so
cool.
Smart.
It's a cool insight trick.
Right. So complete your profile, complete your pages, and unlock that and see what kind of great ideas you can generate from it.
I like they're giving you incentives to finish your profile picture. Your profile to optimize and maximize, but not only that, it helps you. It's all to benefit you. It's to benefit you from having a truly complete page to giving you incentives to finish your page.
I don't think a lot of people know that when you fill out your profile on these platforms, you get features unlocked, though. I think I don't know that they really do a great job of like
advertising that.
And
I didn't know it existed until
I mean,
today.
if it said your profile, your page is 80% complete, complete it and unlock the following features. Trying to help.
I think it would.
I'm just trying to help you out, LinkedIn. I'm just trying to help you out. So
I'll tag them on Facebook.
Right? Maybe we'll repurpose this content and clip that down and see what happens.
An ad for your ad.
Right.
And then we have
YouTube. So this week on Tuesday, I taught a YouTube marketing class. It was super fun. And there were several little parts during that workshop, that 2-hour session, that the attendees were like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And I was like, well, a lot of this is new or newer. You know, we had a couple of people in the class who had been really active on YouTube years ago, but had just kind of shifted gears in their business or went and worked somewhere else for a while and kind of took their business off the, you know, off the grid a little bit. Yeah. And they're trying to revamp things. And I was like, oh, YouTube has changed drastically in the past 10 years, and all the tools and features that are available to business owners in there now. So YouTube has quite a few new things that I loved sharing with the class this week, and so I wanted to talk about YouTube. We don't talk about YouTube very often around in our Fri Yays, but I felt like this was really exciting stuff. So one of the things that the class wasn't aware of was stories. Do you know there are stories on YouTube? It's been around for a little while.
I did, but I didn't think anyone truly gave them recognition.
Right.
Or even truly knew they existed.
YouTube stories have been around for a little while, but they're limited. Not everyone has them. You have to have, I think it's like 10,000 subscribers or something. It's one of those
incentives.
Right. It's one of those incentives to really like nail the platform and get a following and, you know, make the most out of it. But once you do, now people can like a story. That wasn't a thing at first with stories on YouTube.
So can anyone see your stories even if they don't have 10,000 subscribers, or is it purely from 10,000 subscribers up?
No.
That everyone can see this.
So it's your YouTube channel has as a business has 10,000 subscribers or whatever it might be. I feel like that's right. Then
That's a standard.
Yeah. Then anyone can watch your stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
How active are YouTubers on using those? I feel like I haven't really seen very many.
Well, I just don't think a lot of brands are doing them yet.
I haven't seen brands do it, but
hasn't caught on.
I'm thinking about vloggers, the vloggers that I follow on YouTube.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen them do it. So I'm surprised that YouTube doesn't promote or advertise that as well.
Yep. Yeah, but now the thing that's changed with that is that the user can like your story. Before, they could just watch it. Now they can give you some engagement too. So
all about that engagement.
Right? Engagement is the best. So also with YouTube, if you've ever looked around, so they had Creator Studio. It's the same name as Facebook. It's kind of confusing, right? But YouTube has a Creator Studio as well, and that's where you've uploaded videos and made changes to the back end of them. For a while now, they've had YouTube Studio beta version, and it's just revamped a little bit. They've been adding and testing different features. One of the new features in there in the Studio beta is that within their video editor, it's really simple, easy to use. It's not like opening up Adobe Premiere and being like, what in the heck is all of that nonsense? And being really confused. It's very simple. You can trim clips. You can trim and split and put cards and titles in and use their audio tracks too.
I mean, it's nice for people who don't have a Mac.
Right.
For someone who doesn't have access to Adobe Creative
or just doesn't have the time investment to learn some of those programs.
Exactly.
You know, if you need something quick and simple and still want it to look professional and polished a little bit, then it's a great tool. Well, within there, what's changed with Studio Beta is you can edit and trim and split clips, and then you can save your changes as an entirely new video. So it doesn't change the video that you've got uploaded. You can have different versions of the same video uploaded at once. And then kind of on the flip side, maybe you trim too much. Maybe you make too many changes. And you're like, ooh, I butchered this thing. I need to fix that. You can revert back to your original file.
That's cool. Because sometimes if you find new things, you're playing with it too much, and then you get all excited in the actual editing and the fun little tricks, and then you're like, oh, this is too much.
Or especially
it really
when
just needs to be a quick transition.
Especially when you're like the novice that's like just exploring the capabilities, and you're like, oh man, I've totally ruined that video. I was just playing and trying to figure it out and kind of clicking around and seeing what really it could do for me. So yeah, so that's a new change in YouTube Studio Beta. Yeah. There are a ton more changes that are happening, and some things
every day.
Yeah, it seems like every day. It's so much to keep up with, but that's what we're here for.
Especially now that we're coming down to the wire of the end of the year.
End of the year, yeah, definitely.
All the beta modes are coming out before they announce the big launch for 2020.
Yeah, so there should be some cool new tools and features that roll out through the end of the year. You'll start seeing them rolled out globally. They won't just be in beta mode and certain people having access to them versus others. Yeah, so maybe we'll have
a new one in 2020 or closer to the end of the year, and another one in 2020.
Yeah. So that's all we've got for the latest changes and updates, functions and features. You're showing up for my scribbles. That's nice.
You have pretty good writing.
Oh, thanks. I'm trying.
I don't.
That's all props to Mrs. Gimple, my kindergarten teacher. So, she's awesome.
All right.
But anyway, if you wanna tune in next week, we're gonna be talking about social media some more. And also, if you're on Instagram and you want a little bonus video, we are sponsoring the Ghent Business Association. It's something here locally in the Ghent area of Norfolk that we belong to. We are sponsoring the November meeting, and we are going to give a 5-minute presentation, and we're going to live stream on Instagram from our presentation. So yeah, it should be really fun. I'm really excited to do that and to talk to the GBA members and all of
everyone up at 8 a.m.
It's gonna be bright and early. Yeah, so it's next Thursday. Start, kind of waiting around at like 8:30ish, a little after 8:30. So yeah, so that's all we've got for today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
If you have questions, drop them in the comments below. Please take a second to review our events tab and look at our last couple of events we have for the year. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Eric, can you reach the button?
I can.